It's finally happened. A senior Oxford researcher warned NASA that there could be an alien invasion of the Earth, right after NASA revealed its new plan to establish contact with aliens. The project, dubbed A Beacon in the Galaxy, is the space organization's new plan to establish contact with alien life. The beacon is speculated to be launched at the 50-year anniversary of the famous Arecibo message, humanity's first attempt at establishing contact with extraterrestrials. Given the improvements in technology that we've reached in the 50 years since then, the prospects of this beacon are exciting, but terrifying at the same time. Could this new plan of NASA spell the end of humanity on Earth? Are we about to be enslaved by a superior extraterrestrial race that would harvest us for our organs? Is our beloved blue planet about to turn into space debris? To answer these questions, we first need to understand what exactly NASA has been cooking up in the last few decades in their search for alien life, and how exactly they are going to contact our potential extraterrestrial overlords this time around. Stay till the end of this video as we explore these new developments and whether you should be preparing offerings for our new alien overlords. A senior research fellow from the Oxford Future of Humanity Institute, Anders Sandberg, expressed in an interview with The Telegraph that the message in NASA's Beacon in the Galaxy has such a high impact and that we need to take it rather seriously. But what exactly is going to be in this message and how is it going to be sent? A beacon in the galaxy. A recent publication from NASA researchers has revealed that NASA is potentially sending out a message in space that aims to establish contact with extraterrestrial life in our galaxy. These powerful radio transmissions will send out messages, coded in binary, into space with information about humanity and our planet. The scientists believe that our best bet at contacting alien life is by using mathematics and physics, keeping in mind that human culture and language are unlikely to make any sense to anyone not from here. The beacon starts with the introduction of concepts of physics and math that would be required to decode the message. These concepts would also enable mutual communication between extraterrestrial life and humanity, a conversation that could span over centuries. The message contains information about the biological composition of the Earth and its inhabitants. It also contains info about DNA and human forms with digitized images. To help aliens find us, the beam would have data about our solar system using globular clusters and a map of the Earth. The message invites aliens to send us a reply and establish communication with humanity. The message is signed off with a date and time relative to the Big Bang. Arecibo message. This, however, isn't the first time we humans have tried to get into contact with our potential galactic neighbors. The infamous Arecibo message was humanity's first attempt at making our presence known to the universe. In 1974, the Arecibo's observatory in Puerto Rico sent the most powerful radio signal at the time into outer space with a similar transmission. The message was transmitted through the Arecibo Observatory, located in a natural crater 16 miles south of the town Arecibo. This transmission, which came to be known as the Arecibo message, was bits of pixels containing information about humanity. However, given the technological limitations at the time, the message was only able to travel 0.2% of the intended distance. Unfortunately, the Arecibo array was decommissioned in 2000 after multiple failures that nearly destroyed the station. The prospects for the beacon in the galaxy seem to be far better. China's 500-meter aperture spherical radio telescope, or EAST for short, and the Alien Telescope Array at the SETI in California have the potential to be upgraded to send powerful radio signals out to our galaxy. The resulting signal is not only stronger than the Arecibo, but also more efficient. The Arecibo message was in the form of pixels, which required a large number of bits for even the smallest of images. Scientists since have critiqued that such a message would not have been comprehensible for even humans if we were on the receiving end. The aliens, assuming that our message reached them, would simply not have been able to understand it. This time around, researchers have proposed for the message to be in binary, which is not only easier to transmit but also easily decoded. Researchers believe that this would greatly increase the likelihood of the message being interpreted if it were to be received by any aliens. Humanity might just be on the brink of making contact with life outside of Earth. Oxford warns NASA. All that aside, should we be concerned? The Oxford research fellow Anders Sandberg seems to think so. According to him, people are not taking the situation seriously enough, and although the probability of actually reaching an alien civilization is low, the consequences can be very severe. On the other hand, given that there is no consensus on whether extraterrestrial life is hostile or not, should we really be taking the risk? Toby Ord, Sandberg's colleague from the Oxford Future of Humanity Institute, believes that we should practice caution. While discussing the dangers of contacting aliens, he said in 2020, "These dangers are small, but poorly understood and not yet well managed." Even the late Stephen Hawking had warned us about the potential dangers of contacting aliens. He argued that if two civilizations of different levels of technology were to get in contact, the interaction may not particularly favor the disadvantaged group. It would be naive of us to assume that a civilization advanced enough to undertake intergalactic travel would come in peace. So, just because we can contact each other doesn't mean we should. Even though the beam has much better odds of being discovered than ever, they are still extremely low. To put that into perspective, let's just say that we are all likelier to die of global warming than of an alien invasion. But hey, the chances of it happening are still not zero. We just might get lucky. Or, well, unlucky. Will aliens be hostile? A group of scientists working with BITG Group is of the view that alien species have achieved high levels of cooperation amongst themselves. They know the importance of peace and collaboration between species. George Dvorsky, a Canadian futurist, thinks otherwise. He counters the theory about extraterrestrials with malevolent tendencies posing a threat to others. Will our first alien contact be like the killer aliens in Predator? Or will it be the kind, empathetic beings like an ET? Going about it logically, any intelligent being is likely to have predatory instincts. This is an evolutionary residue from which humans and animals alike had to hunt for food. So there is a real probability of our first alien contact being hostile, although their social and societal structures might be different. Here on Earth, though, we might expect a degree of eusociality from our alien friends. Eusocial species are extremely intelligent and live with social cohesion. This means domination with aliens might not be our biggest challenge, it will be miscommunication. Now, the possibility of aliens being friendly is still there, but should we really gamble on it? On the other end, NASA also received funding of $1 million in a bid to prepare the world's religions for possible alien contact. In this scheme, NASA conducted a program with 24 religious experts to gauge how various religions react to alien contact. Oddly, NASA would conduct such a program if they thought our chances of making contact with aliens were that low. Do they know something that they're not telling us yet? Regardless of if the aliens are hostile or not, this is a big milestone in humanity's search for life in the universe. Our chances are the best they've ever been. Experts predict that the best time to transmit this message would be to avoid interference from the sun around March 30th and October 30th of any given year. This could mean we just might witness the transmission within a few months from now, in 2022. The Beacon in the Galaxy project is gaining traction among supporters and skeptics alike. While many believe that contacting aliens can be dangerous and that we shouldn't mess with forces we don't entirely understand, others are optimistic about our contact with extraterrestrial beings. Are you looking forward to humanity making contact with outworldly beings? Let us know down in the comments, and be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on any future developments.